Good morning, friends. Today I come to you with no cute stories or Bladen County wit. I come to you today with a troubled spirit and with a grieved heart. Because of the nature of our virtual process of worship, yesterday's sermon was recorded well in advance of the events which occurred across our nation on Saturday night. Therefore, today is the first opportunity that I've had to address these matters, and I feel like I would just like to say some things in today's devotional. Let me preface it by sharing an experience that I had when I was about 14 or 15 years old. My oldest brother and I ventured out of town in the family car to watch our high school basketball team play a school about 50 miles or so from our home. It was a usual game for us in those days. At the end of the first quarter, our team was behind 20-0. That's right, I said basketball. There was a small victory concealed in the defeat, however, because at the end of the game, they only lost by 20 points. As Billy and I made our way out of the gym and arrived at the car, we discovered that the back left tire was flat. In and of itself, that was not a major issue for us. Living on a farm, we had many opportunities to really develop our skill at changing tires. However, this situation was not going well. Neither of us, no matter how hard we tried, could loosen the lugs. After an extended time of trying, a carload of local boys came driving up. They stopped and 5 big guys got out and walked over to us. I was more than a little concerned because I didn't know what they had on their minds. As it turned out, they were really nice guys. And as it also happened, one of them was familiar with some Pontiacs that his dad had owned, which had left-hand lugs. It had never occurred to us that we might be tightening the lugs instead of loosening them. They ended up changing our tire for us. And later that night, as we headed home, I said to Billy, "Boy, I was relieved. I didn't know what those fellows were up to." And I've never forgotten what Billy said to me. He said, "You know, Francis, basically, people are good. Most people will help you out if they can." For the most part, I found Billy's words to be true. But I must tell you that today doesn't feel very much that way to me. Today, it seems that the truth is whatever justifies our actions rather than the other way around. We have moved in our world from common everyday courtesies to a total disregard for people. Now, before you label me one way or the other, let me also say that this is not a recent development. It's present in the world, and I've seen it in the church. People. It ought not be so. God, in God's infinite wisdom and prevenient grace, has led us to this passage in 2 Timothy, and it's very timely. Paul reminds Timothy that there will be those who will swerve from the truth by making false claims. Maybe that's why these words are so important for us today. Do your best to present yourself to God as one approved by Him, a worker who has no need to be ashamed, rightly explaining the word of truth. They're good words to remember. Instead of casting blame, can we start praying for one another? Instead of getting even, can we start learning to forgive? Someone once said, "Revenge is like a drink of salt water. It just makes you more thirsty." How thirsty are you feeling today? So consider these questions. How would you define truth? Question number 2. Is there need for forgiveness in your life today? If so, what steps will you take? Question 3. In what ways can you change your vocabulary from them and us to we? I hope you have a blessed day and be a blessing to others. Go in peace.